The gunfights going on in St. Pete over the last week, they've just been numbing the last 2 weeks, really. And enough is enough. That's what city leaders are saying after a string of shootings in South St. Pete. This month alone, 3 people have been killed. And within 24 hours this week, in 2 separate shootings, 5 people were shot. So now community leaders say it's time they help turn things around. 10 Tampa Bay's Emerald Morrow explains the new plan to address the problem at the source.
Law enforcement only can do so much. Now it's time for the community to have that hard conversation.
This challenge from the chief is one city council leaders are taking seriously with the new Enough is Enough campaign, a campaign to address the root causes of St. Pete's deadly spike in gun violence, usually the results of arguments between young men.
We're looking at employment. We're looking at job skills training. We're looking at additional resources because we want to provide case management for a lot of these individuals.
There will also be support for local businesses, as research shows areas with high levels of gun violence suffer from economic oppression, lower property values, and poor overall health.
Enough is enough. It's going to be more than a campaign. It's going to be a movement.
Most of the violence is happening in council members Deborah Figgs-Sanders and Lisa Wheeler Bowman's districts. Areas that are mostly African American have the city's highest concentration of poverty, some of the lowest performing schools, and now the highest rates of COVID-19.
This has gotten to an extreme level of concern for a lot of our homeowners, especially along that strip.
She's talking about the 16th Street South corridor, where 23-year-old Arnesia Milton was killed by a stray bullet November 15th.
There's that strip from 15th Avenue all the way to 18th Avenue where on a Friday, Saturday night, you can have anywhere from 300, 400, 500 people out all times of night, and they're partying and having a good time.
Until someone pulls out a gun.
We don't want to have additional shootings. So we're working really hard to come up with an additional plan for intervention in regards to not only just gun violence, but violence in our communities.
It's really heartbreaking to hear what's gone on in South St. Pete over the last 2 weeks, really. I'm so glad that city officials are stepping up to try and help this. Now, the Enough is Enough campaign officially kicks off this Saturday at 4 o'clock with a march starting at the corner of 16th Street and 18th Avenue South. By the way, masks are going to be required.